we are looking at the crypto market, especially looking at XRP. The question is, are we dropping below this level? Is it looking really bad, or is it showing you something positive? Yes, if the RSI breaks lower on this trend line, that wouldn't look good. I agree. But what are we really doing on a macro? Because people do put the argument that XRP is not doing anything compared to a lot of different assets. Is that true? If you look at Ether, this is what it's doing. Yes, the bottom was like 800. Now you're at 2200. Agreed. But what's the truth? If you put an XRP here with Ether, this is what you're watching. Yes, we had that pop with the news of SEC getting kicked or slapped by the court. But now XRP and Ether is almost at the same range. So if you are looking at how much things are moving, it's close to say an average of 60, which is fine. There are some things to understand. I'll one by one add all these assets into this comparison and explain it in an easy way for you. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. We're jumping back into this. Before we start, smash that like button for me. I see a lot of you are doing that and I'm thankful for that. Now, let's actually just think about this. Okay, we just saw recently, say, competitors for Ether, the smart contract side. They moved up, right? The Cardano, the VAX, right? Great. So let's actually put in Cardano in this equation. What are we watching? You see, we're still here. The difference was Cardano was lagging a lot, but then it did catch up. It came up to this range. If you actually focus on how things were evolving, at one point XRP was low, at another XRP came back up with the price of Ether, then they all consolidated, they were going together, just Cardano went down. But now here's the thing. If you're looking at the market, you're like, okay, there is a lot of different assets involved in the market. There's a lot of different segments which are running up. This is one of the primary reasons why in the SI family, we were going through all of these assets and saying, okay, watch this, this is breaking out, this is AI, this is gaming. A lot of people are taking benefit of that. I think we still have we're still growing fast, 820, 830 members. Now, what's happening here? When you actually put in that AI coin into the equation, now you see a big difference. All the others, the Ether, XRP, Cardano, the large cap coins, they're here at the bottom. You're watching AI doing its thing. It's moving up like crazy. You can't even compare them, right? Now you want to add on AGIX from the same industry. You see, they're catching up. They're doing its thing. One was slow, but it did came back up. So it's in the same industry. It's in the same sector of crypto market and then different segments. Now you understand why I always argue that when you're putting in money, don't just be in payments. Think about payments. Think about smart contracts. Think about AI, gaming. Depending on what type of individual you are and your portfolio is, you have different ways of doing this. That's what we go through in the one-on-one session. So if you are interested in joining the SI family, where 800 plus members are taking benefit of that, and even today we actually went through an AMA online sessions where everyone can actually join from platinum and above, and we went through like almost an hour of questions, answers, charts. And it's clear that if you know these things correctly, you have an advantage in the market. Because remember, you understood one thing. If it's lagging at one point, it does catch up. It's the basic thing. Just remove these AI tokens, which is already doing fundamentally great and technically absolutely bullish. Now, what's the catch there? If you are looking for opportunity, the opportunity in them were 3 to 4 months back. And then earlier this year, before the first pop, we followed them up. We gave you the call saying the breakout, the targets, the initial 10x in AGIX, 13x in AGIX, 8x in Fitch. We went through that scenario, right? Now, your opportunities are coming here in the smart contracts, in the payments. They're just starting. If you want to add, say, another asset to the equation, you can actually add on, say, You can put an XLM into the equation and see where we are. See that you are almost in the same range. You're not actually jumping in and out. When you put in an AI token, that's when you understand, okay, this is the payments, this is the smart contracts, they're just starting. If you compare it with the AI landscape, now you are putting the argument they're still here. They're playing this catch-up game here. They're just about to start their ride. So if you are in those coins which has not yet popped, I would personally argue don't dump them for another asset which has already done enormously well, because you're reducing your ROI too much. You don't want to do that. You can take risks, but balanced risk. You're looking at risk-adjusted returns because the market is risky. Crypto itself is risky. So if you are going for a high-risk asset inside the crypto market, that kind of obliterates everything which you are looking at. So when you take a decision in the market about different segments, you should first understand where each of them stands. If one of them is too high, forget about that. Now, you go back to individual assets and look at like, okay, this is a smart contract, the big one, Ether. Great. What are we looking at? A breakout and a retest and a possible bounce coming in. At that time, you go on a weekly and you ask, how much room do we have? You go on a monthly and ask the same question. How long do we have? We're just starting. It's just the starting point. There is nothing wrong to say we're somewhat here. We are about to take off like this. Now, I'm not someone who says this is going to go to $25,000, $30,000. But if you look at the chart, it's showing bullish movements. Maybe 8,000, maybe 10,000. You're going there, right? That's what the monthly shows you. Now, when you zoom in, your initial target for that becomes this. For Ether, it shows you 137% to the upside from the breakout. So you plot that from the breakout and you're saying like, whoa, that's a all-time highs, right? At that moment is where the retail, the new guys, the FOMO, the marketing, everything gets on, and the big guys, the whales, they would be selling and the small guys will be buying from them. That's how they get stuck on that top level. You don't want to do that. You buy here or in the accumulation zone and ride it. When you're 5x up, when you're 10x up, take your profits and run away, because people will do that. This was the average. Say if you take the absolute bottom, that's a different story. But say this is somewhat like, everyone could have bought it here. Now you are looking at 3 to 5x. And that's not a bad deal in second biggest asset. That's how big that asset is in the crypto market, right? Now, what about XRP? This is something you need to understand. This is your measured move for the breakout, which you already got. The retest, which you already got. Great. So if you actually plot that, your measured move actually shows you somewhat like $1.5. Great. Now, what's your short-term target? This is the next channel we are playing out with. That's a 60% move. So if you break at this point, now we are saying, okay, first you need to see a dollar break, and then you're looking at 1.5, then close to $2. So you do have multiple things happening in the market at different time horizon. Just like, remember, 2022 December, we argued on a 4-hour Bitcoin is about to drop, but on a daily Bitcoin is about to go up, and a 3-day Bitcoin is going to break bullish a year back when the price was like 16,000 something, right? If we look at that now, yeah, that all came true almost exactly as illustrated in the charts. But what's the catch? Now saying that is no good for those who are new or those who didn't take benefit of that. The same scenario is going to come. In 6 months' time, in a year time, you look back at this and say like, whoa, that was already on the charts. How the hell did we miss it, right? So you are looking at the short term, the medium, the macro, and you should ask this question to yourself. Where are we right now? This is your monthly chart. This is your direction. You are trending to the upside. It's just somewhat like this. You haven't done anything different. There is a lot of manipulation for sure, but look at the monthly volume. You are literally putting in 4 consecutive months of green volume. And here you are not watching a lot of big pops. which is making a lot of opportunities. If it's popping through the roof, now you don't have opportunity to buy in. So it's not attracting new buyers at that point when it's going through the roof. That's common sense. But when it goes through the roof, that's when people start to buy. They don't want to buy when it is at the lower end. Yes, it is common sense to say buy low, sell high, but it's not the common practice because it's hard to do that when the price go down. So guys, if you are receiving value for your time, smash that like button for me again. Just requesting, if you have a second, pop it, smash that. Now, if you go back to the Bitcoin, this is what we're looking at. On a short term, on a daily chart, zooming in, I personally would like to see this coming back up to 43, somewhat close to that range, the previous support range here. If that retest fail, now you're looking for this. Coming back down to 40 or 39 is still possible, right? But if you do break this to the upside, now there is going to be a short squeeze. You're going to pop. Maybe 49.50 is going to be a great target, and then you come back down. That should actually wipe the floor for a lot of levered trades. It should come back down to this range of 40. So from 50, that's a 20% drop. That is still a big possibility in the market. We cannot neglect that. It would be like this. You go up, then you show you're going to go down, but then you pop once more and then you drop. Market usually does all these crazy things, right? So let's see how price is going to actually play out. But we are already focusing on these assets which are showing you the best breakouts, the targets, the measured move is being plotted for a lot of these assets in the SI family. So again, if you want to join, the link is given in the description below in YouTube or in the bio of Twitter. So guys, I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.